Pisces, hi. Welcome to Surrender to the Flow Tarot. I'm Denise, and today I'm going to do a timeless general reading for the collective of Pisces. And we're going to do a you and your person reading. So because this is a general reading and not a private one, it may not resonate with everyone. If it does resonate with you, take what resonates and leave the rest. Be careful not to insert yourself into the story. Make sure it's for you. Oh, I'm battling right now with this energy of like telling you what to do and like a need to tell you what to do. Maybe that's where you guys are. Maybe that's what you're dealing with right now. You will know in this reading in the first underlying and where you are if this reading is for you or not. And that's right in the very beginning of the reading. So just FYI. Okay, so I pull cards for where you are right now in regards to your person. I pull cards for where your person is right now in regards to you. I pull cards from the universe with a unifying message for you and your person of where the universe wants you to move to make this union keep going, to do the proper steps to heal it or nurture it or whatever it is. But and I pull a card. If you could say anything, one thing to your person right now, what would it be? And a card for if your person could send you a message and say one thing to you right now, what would that be? All right. I've already pulled the cards and shuffled. I do that ahead of time because it takes me like 30 minutes and that's a long time and nobody wants to watch me do that. So these are the decks we're using. The Fountain Tarot, the Urban Crow Oracle, the Romance Angels, and the Energy Oracle cards. And I have a bunch of other decks. If we need to clarify, I'll pull one of those in the moment if we need it. Okay. Ready? Here we go. All right. So your underlying for your overall for the reading is the Hangman. It's beautiful. There is a piece about this energy and an underlying beauty, and it's all in this gold, these shades of yellow and gold. That's what's going through this whole thing. Even though looking down at it, it looks fairly muted. But this is still I can feel it right here, poop, for you guys. So that is the universe wanting you guys both to take a different perspective, to step outside of yourselves and take a different perspective and look at things from a different way. And there's an alignment. There's not a frenzy to it. There's an alignment to all of this. Like I said, the peaceful feeling, it's pretty strong. Even though there is like this little bit of like, feels like that, like rough waters. Like this is like little rough waves that come up on the shoreline. Okay. So your underlying for you, for where you are right now. So this is what you just came out of. It's your recent past or it's your far past, but it's something that you're either coming out of right now or you've already been out of it. And that can be for any amount of time. That doesn't matter how long. So you got the Magician, Distance, and Passion. Okay. So something wonderful happened to you in your life in the past. It was wonderful, and then it wasn't. There was something then happened that caused you to doubt yourself. There was I want to say betrayal, but I feel like almost that's not totally the right. There was a deep disappointment, and that caused like an unseating of who you thought you were. But that, I think, was in your far, far past, and you have done a lot of work, or you're wanting to do a lot of work to overcome it and manifest everything that's meant for you. I think my hesitation is maybe you are at a place of hesitation literally right now, of knowing what you want and being able to delineate between wants and needs and fantasies and beliefs, or you're still figuring things out maybe right now. I'm going to pull a card just to clarify what your past was and what you're trying to manifest. My feeling is that you're trying to manifest everything good for you, like your dream of everything, of like career-wise, lifestyle-wise, love-wise, family-wise, whatever, all of it. Let's see, okay? You may also have purposefully held back from love because of fear. The devil. Okay, yeah. So that's obsessive. That can be obsession, it can be addiction, it can be a lot of things. And the Knight of Cups is underneath that. Okay, so that was a message of love in the past that didn't turn out the way that you had hoped or the way you had thought it would go. But I do feel like that was in the further past, not like, and that you are at a place where you're trying to come out of, and you're trying to manifest the next steps for you. I think maybe you're too broad, like it's too scattered. You need to maybe bring it down and focus it more, your energy. Okay, so where you are right now is the Seven of Swords sideways. Resistance in reverse. And then you got two of the Romance Angels. Trust, sideways, and chemistry. I think this all just speaks about what I just said, right? So you're in a place right now. So the Seven of Swords is deceit. It's betrayal. It's deceit. It's thievery. It can be any of those things, but it could also be self-protection. Like you're taking some of the swords and you're hoarding them almost because you need them. Or you're doing it for survival for yourself. But there's a desperation to it. There's a kind of desperation because it's a seven and it's a sword, and that's air, and that's all mental. The swords are mental things. So I think that's what this is. I think you're not betraying anyone, but you might be betraying yourself by self-sabotaging. You are slightly resisting. There's a new situation coming in. This is with your person. I don't know how developed this is. So I don't know if you guys are exes. I don't know if you're exes and getting back together, or if you're new. I don't know if you're separated, if you're exes, or if you're been in a relationship for a long time, or if you're newly in one. Okay. But whatever that one is, whatever one of those resonates to you, that's what it is for you, because It can be any, and I don't think it matters. Do you know what I mean? I think that's what the collective is, that's what the energy is picking up from collectively, like the source that all of you have in common, though it's going to look different for each one. You feel me? So I'm reading this as there's this new situation and it feels really good, and it's your person, and there's a lot of chemistry there. Like there's connections. It's not just mental, it's physical. You're intellectually stimulated, you're physically stimulated, you're emotionally stimulated. There's all these things, but it's bringing up all of these trust issues from your past. You're still in the beginnings of healing from your past. You're not all the way healed yet. You're still doing that. So you're holding on to bits of you right now out of fear because you're vulnerable. And so like you're stealing these swords to protect yourself, but really you're not protecting yourself. You're actually harming yourself by doing that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so Pisces, your person got in their underlying for what they have moved out of or are moving out of now, the 8 of Coins, separation, and wrath. Okay, so your person has a similar background. I don't think your person hurt you. You were hurt by something before your person. It could be that if you guys are exes and your ex hurt you, but it looks like, yeah, something happened to your ex that they reacted in a way that was really violent or excessively angry. That's like maybe a little bit of you that relates to. I don't know. That's not the main thing I'm getting from this. What I'm getting more, or also, is that something terrible happened in your person's past related to love. They were the subject of. They were the object of. It was directed toward them. And they had to remove themselves from the situation. We'll pull a card on that just to see specifically, because where they were before where they are right now is they were in a place of learning, self-initiated learning about something. And from that was a direct result of whatever this was that caused the wrath. So let me pull a card on that wrath and then we'll see. It didn't fall. It did. We'll take it. 8 of Wands. The Empress. Okay. So mother could be something. Hold on. The 3 of Wands. And the Ace of Swords. Okay, and the Empress flipped over but didn't come out. So a feminine figure in your person's past wounded them. Maybe died in childbirth, giving birth to your person. Maybe left your person when they were young, very young, and left it. There should have been communication and there should have been movement toward your person positively from this, whoever hurt them, but there wasn't. something happened, and it caused for your person to be very angry. And they dealt with it in not positive ways. That something else happened to them that was a wake-up call. This is in the past, so remember, this is before you, most likely. They're learning. They're taking the role of a student. The Eight of Coins is disciplined. It's learning and becoming a master, learning how to master a skill. And so that's what your person is doing. And that's probably who you met. When you met your person, they were in the midst of that, of making peace with their past. Okay, so where your person is now. The Four of Swords, sideways. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. And displacement. So what this says to me and tells me is that your person is in retreat mode, self-imposed retreat mode, because it's what needs to be done. They need to take a step back because they're in their head. There's something has stirred up these feelings from childhood. My feeling is that it's being vulnerable again, and it's scaring them. And so maybe you guys you already have some kind of connection. This isn't like a crush. This is like you already have some kind of connection, whether it's friends first or you've already started dating. Maybe your person has displaced onto you, has been like rude when they're not normally like, that's not who they've been to you. You know, they're scared. And so this is what's happening. It's coming up, popping up in them, and they don't know what to do with it. So they put it on you. They realize they did that. They're aware of that, and they don't want that to happen again. They are still, they're not resisting. They want to not do that again, but they're resisting what they have to do in order to not do that again. Because in order to not do that again, they have to deal with some pain that they haven't dealt with still. You know what I mean? And they know that. So they, I have a good feeling, okay? I have a good feeling about this. And they understand that this separation right now and this retreat on their behalf is needed. And that's part of the divine timing of it. So they're trying to give respect to all of everything. To the source, to, you know, the divine and divine timing, to themselves, and to you, and to whatever you guys have together. Okay. I don't think we need to pull any cards on that. Hold on. I feel like somebody out there wants me to pull a clarifying card for this, for your person, so I'm going to, okay? Strength in reverse. Okay, so that's where they're it's like I said, they're struggling a little. They're fighting themselves. Page of Wands on the bottom. They're fighting slightly, just slightly. They're resisting it slightly. A new beginning. Just slightly. They're scared. That's all. They're not walking away from it. They're like trying to figure it out. Okay. And so the messages from the universe came out like this. The Eight of Swords in reverse with the Two of Swords and the star underneath. The Two of Swords is on your side. The star is on their side. And that's how I'm reading them for this. The universe wants you both, because remember, you're both showing up right now. You and the Seven of Swords, your person in the Four of Swords, you all are like in your heads right now, hurting each other, hurting yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Hurting each other because you're hurting yourself. You feel me? That makes sense? The universe wants you guys to stop doing that. This is anxiety, and this is in the way where you can control how you react still. You're right there. You get to the 9, it's way harder for you to control. You have this wake-up call like, okay, let's stop this now before it gets to the 9. It doesn't need to get to the 9. Take a step back. Remember all the work you've done. Remember what that feeling you have about what the truth is, that one that you know what it is, but you're scared. The truth that you are worthy, that you are worth everything good. And you know that deep down, but people and circumstances have taken that out of you. You can trust it, okay? This reading is confirmation of that, and I'm here to tell you, I'm feeling it. You can trust it. And that's what the universe wants you to do. To start to let that, it's in your solar plexus, right? Just start to let it grow so that it fills you, okay? And that's what we're saying. With you, the Two of Swords in reverse. You're resisting making a choice. The twos are choices, and the Two of Swords is a choice between head and heart, 3D and 5D, body and mind, or mind and spirit, divine and low, divine and human, you feel me? Low frequency, high frequency. It's about making that choice and realigning. And it's hard for you. That's what the blindfold. So the blindfold can be two ways. The blindfold can be you're putting it on so that you're not distracted, or you're putting it on because you need to be distracted because you can't fully handle it all the way yet. And that's what I'd say where you are right now, and the universe wants you to make that choice. The choice being to realign yourself with the one, and then you will know what to do from there. That's all you have to do. That's the seed of it. You realign yourself with the source. You figure out what are the things that help me stay aligned with the source, and make a list of them and do them the best you can every day. Everything else will come to you. You'll know the answers. I'm saying this from experience. I'm 49 years old, and I can tell you, okay? You can trust in yourself, okay? I promise you can. You're not what everybody thinks you are, and you're not the pain that has been thrust upon you, okay? And you have a proclivity to give yourself pain. So it's time for you to stop that, because you don't deserve it. You never did. No matter what, okay? All right, so the one on your person's side is the Star, which is one of my favorite cards because it's a pole dancing goddess, and I also pole dance. So hello. Just the dope. It's so dope, right? So the Star is a gift from the universe. And it comes after you've done. Actually, this gift is for both of you. And all of this goes for both of you. Your person needs to make a choice too, but they are more, I think they are more open to this relationship than you are. You both are holding back some, but there's maybe slightly more grounded than you. Maybe they're an earth sign, and maybe. Okay, so the Star is a reward, a gift from the universe for putting in. It comes after the Tower, and it's for putting in the work that you should be putting in, that you need to be, that you need to be putting in to keep yourself aligned. And that's what it's saying. You're about to get a break. You're like, we're about to reward you. And in order to do that, these are the things that you guys need to take care of. You got to still work on stopping the anxiety producing thoughts, and learning how to navigate through it and stop it before it goes into full panic attack. I have generalized anxiety disorder, and so I'm speaking from experience too. Things happen, and I'm also clinically depressed. And there are things that I'm going to have to deal with for the rest of my life, but I can control how I act and react, and I can respond instead of reacting. And sometimes you have to relearn or learn how to behaviorally modify yourself so you can do that. But I'm telling you that it's possible, okay? I'm not giving medical advice or psychological advice exactly. I'm just sharing my experience. But if any of this stuff resonates with you, look into therapy, right? Look into a therapist. It's all about knowledge, gaining knowledge, and therapists have knowledge. Okay, so that's the message from the universe. Now, if you could say one thing to your person right now, what would it be? Well, you got all tied up, and the underlying of that is blossoming abundance. So you would say to your person that you see how beautiful this is and how beautiful they are, and this whole connection is what it really is. You see it, but you're terrified of it, and you're frozen right now, but you're trying to let that go. You're slowly trying to let it go. And I think you're asking for time, a little bit of patience and support and understanding in that way. And if your person, actually, let's pull a card on that. I'm going to pull a card on that. The Three of Cups. Okay. So that's about shifting from friends to more than friends. It's a shift in a dynamic, in a good way, in a positive way, or shifting from working solo to being part of a community. And it's all heart-led, okay? And that's what you're saying. Yes, you see it. You see it. And you're working on it. The Queen of Coins is on the bottom, which is stability and oneness with everything, generosity, passion for nature, for the all, for all beings. And that's what I think you're working toward. Maybe, I was going to say maybe you are an earth side too, but you're Pisces. But maybe you have earth in your chart. Okay, so or maybe not, maybe that's just your person picking up on. If your person could say one thing to you right now, and have one message, what would it be? Happy family and third chakra, Archangel Chamuel. That's the underlying. Okay, so that's coming from the solar plexus. Like I said, right? The gold light right here, and your person wants to tell you that this is what they see with you. And they see it, and they want this. And they're healing. They're working on healing it. So, if you guys keep moving and doing the best things for yourselves, for your highest good, what was I going to say? Getting back together? I don't know. It will lead you both to a union. And it could be a very, very happy union. I don't have anything to say about when this will happen or any of those things. And there's free will, so that will change the timing of it. But I think I'm saying this because maybe some of you are asking and you're anxious about it. So let's do this. Just sit with yourself and do the best you can for yourself every day, whatever the best is, and don't beat yourself up. And everything will work when it's meant to. Divine timing. It doesn't just happen. You don't just manifest out of nowhere. You have to put the intention, let it go, but then move forward in your life and your choices toward what that was. Not a specific person or outcome, but the overall theme of what you're looking for. That's Joey. Okay. That was cool, Pisces. I feel like you, okay, I'm going to get an oracle message for you from the universe, okay? Building blocks. Ooh, 2. Loyal heart. And building blocks. Oh, those are sweet. Let's see. I don't think I've ever pulled either one of those. I've looked at all of them when I first get decks, but I truly don't remember all of them. There's no way I have like 40 decks, tarot and oracle combined. And I'm going and getting more, so there's no way I'm ever going to remember everything. Okay. Fidelity, loyalty, devotion. I'm feeling strongly that this is for you first and your person also. Evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. Others will prove they are faithful to you, and you will in turn commit fully to them. There is a sure and abiding certainty in your heart. Know that Spirit is always loyal to you. No matter the outer circumstances in your life, trust and have faith, for you are eternally loved, always divinely protected, and divinely directed. Oh, your partnerships, friendships, and romantic relationships all have many qualities in common right now. Honest devotion, faithfulness, and a loyal heart are being shown to you. Are you as loyal in return? I think you are. And this also means to yourself. And that means not self-sabotaging yourself and not being in your head and overanalyzing and talking yourself out of stuff and not letting yourself have a chance. Now is the time for heartfelt commitments and trusting in divine protection. My heart is so, I feel it. It's like, oh, it feels good for you guys. Okay, now let's look at building blocks. I love doing readings. It's such an honor. It truly is. It truly is. Building blocks. Strong foundations, a beautiful work in progress. You have everything you need to cultivate an extraordinary life. This is a time when your focus needs to be on the foundations you build upon. Your work, your relationships, and your very being are underwritten by your values, ethics, morals, and core beliefs. Are they still true for you? Will they stand the test of time and serve as the solid grounding upon which you construct your life? Now you are making changes that will affect everything in a positive way. Your destiny is truly a remarkable and beautiful design. When you see this card, know that you are attracting new relationships into your life and solidifying the ones you already have by building them on the foundations of honesty, humility, clear communication, and a genuine desire to know one another. This is so beautiful. You are moving toward laying the groundwork for a relationship with a firm footing that will ensure it can withstand any storm. Long-standing relationships are also repaired and strengthened. You and the other person are stronger, wiser, and more powerful together than apart. This is so beautiful, and I am so happy for you guys and for your person. I wish you all the best of luck. Write in the comments if this resonated and what happens with you guys and where you are and stuff like that. I would love to know. Okay. Also, think about, I always forget to say this, like, sharing, and subscribing if you like it, or if you don't, thumbs down, whatever you're feeling. Subscribe. You just hit the little button and it's free. It doesn't do anything. Like, it doesn't cost you anything. It just will put my videos out there so that the message reaches more people, you know, because it's all about algorithms and all that. And all of that, the more people who subscribe, the more readings I can do and devote more time to it in my everyday life. Take away, you know, make this be the focus. All right. So thank you. Till next time. Bye, Pisces.